Raptors Digest. What's up and welcome back. We got a game versus Detroit right now, facing Dwayne Casey, our former head coach, who has just had our number completely. I believe the last 4 games that we faced them in Detroit, they are 4-0. You guys already know there's a weird curse going on right now with Dwayne Casey and the Raptors. I think it's fair to say we've gotten the last laugh most times in terms of where our seasons have led to and obviously getting a championship. But yes, when we go back to visit Detroit, Dwayne Casey sometimes gets his way over the much more talented Raptors. With that said, Detroit's got an exciting young team. I'm a big Cade Cunningham fan. Of course, I think he has a chance to be the best player out of this draft class. Got drafted first overall, just so dynamic. Kind of Luka Doncic-esque. I got to give him that kind of comparison. The ceiling's high. You guys get the point. Some other players, like I'm looking at Killian Hayes right now, Sadiq Bey. Some guys that maybe could turn into dudes in this league. Diallo, who was in the slam dunk competition at one point. Interesting players to have. Not really a team that should be beating us at this point in the season, especially the way we've turned things around. But there you go, and one for Detroit. We got to get on our horse right now. If they hit this, we're going to be down by 9, and there's 5:25 left until halftime. And yes, I will still be doing my hot takes segment. So at Josh D. Goodwin, you guys know where to contact me on Instagram. Give me the FaceTime call on Insta through the DM box, and you guys can come onto the live stream and give me your thoughts and opinions on this game. Because to be honest, I've missed most of the first half. I got to apologize for that, guys. I got tied up at work, so thank you so much for anyone who's now in the chat about to tune in. Don't go anywhere. We will be on the rest of the game. It was just a little bit of a later start tonight, and tomorrow I'll be right on time. So thank you guys so much. And here's my bet for tonight. So I'm looking at Pascal Siakam. I need him to get a double-double. He's been doing that a ton recently. I'm going to pull up the stats right now to see where we're at. He's got 6 and 4 for the points and rebounds. I don't think he has an assist yet. He does not. But, a double-double seems like a pretty good possibility for him. He's been doing it lights out. And then, of course, I have Fred VanVleet over 23.5 points. Speaking of the devil, he pulls up from 3, misses it. That was a good take, too. Nice little pump fake to the side step, but does not get the 3 to fall. But, guys, those are the bets. It's plus 500 through Bet365. Even though I was late getting onto live stream, I did say I was going to be over Twitter, where I also released the bet. So anytime you guys want to get in contact, get these betting lines beforehand, go to Twitter. DM me, whatever you guys want to do. Let me know what you're gambling on as well. Toss it down in the chat, guys. But thank you so much for already showing out. It's much appreciated. And if you're watching this, drop that like spike. Help me out nice and early. So Fred VanVleet at the moment has 9 points. Ooh, he's 1 of 6 from the field. 1 of 4 from three-point range. No defensive stats yet. Hasn't turned over the ball, so... not a great start for Fred. He's been out there for 14 minutes thus far this game. I was surprised to see Scottie Barnes back in the lineup. I didn't expect to have him back this quickly, but, I'll take it. As long as he's healthy, which I'm sure the Raptors staff have ensured that he is, then I want to see him out there. I hate when rookies miss games. Oh, Pascal. Gorgeous move. Ends up getting fouled. Does not finish, and you can tell he's not happy with himself. I can't read lips that well, but I think I know what he just said. He's shooting 2 at the free throw line, so shouts out to Pascal Siakam. He's been red hot recently, and I think he's an 8th for the fan voting in the All-Star game in the Eastern Conference. So, coming out of the woodwork with that. If you told me Pascal Siakam was going to be in the All-Star game or had a good chance to be, a month ago, I would have been mind boggled. So I'm very happy that Pascal has done this 180 and now has a chance to make it. And let me just check up in the chat here, make sure I haven't missed anything. There we go. We got a bunch of legends out here in the chat, as per usual. What else would I expect? We got Magnetic, You Arc Baller, Mustafa. Yeah, Mustafa pointed out our field goal percentage has been terrible tonight. Looking at some of the individual performers, it seems that way. Fred VanVleet, the guy you need to go out there and put up big points, 1 of 6 from the field. He does have 9, and as you can see on my bet, I do have him to go out there and get me that nice little 24 piece. But at the moment, not going so sweet. He's a second half player anyways. Let's see if he can go off for another 24 points like he did in the third quarter against, who was it again? Was it against Utah? I think it was. But Fred VanVleet's just been exploding recently and doing all the clutch things for the Raptors. Tough game to drop last time out versus the Suns. It is what it is. The Suns are a great team. They're like 32-9 now, atop the league in terms of winning percentage. And when you look at the roster, it's so deep. You start to understand why. We didn't have Gary Trent Jr. We didn't have Scottie Barnes. They would have helped. But at the end of the day, you fought right to the end. And the free throw fiasco at the end, I don't know what else to call it, a complete fiasco. I get that's how basketball is played, but it really did remove the talent from the end of the game. Strategy, okay, yeah, it was strategy, but we didn't really get to play out those last like 10 seconds where we could have tied it up with a shot. And that's just how basketball goes. So obviously, you live and die by it. Those are the rules. But I think that momentum-wise, play-wise, we went right the whole way. We were with the Suns that night. Gee. Beautiful switch of hands in midair, getting the finish, assisted by Fred VanVleet. He's been passing the rock well. Svi Mikhailiuk with the pickoff. Man, they got to go defense to offense here. Freddie V has it, tries to find OG in the post, but he's fouled by Sadiq Bey. So there we go. OG, are we in the bonus? We are. So OG will be shooting 2. We're currently down by 10 with 4 minutes left until halftime. Man, I guess you could say it's been a defensive first half, but the Raptors, you look at that field goal percentage like Mustafa's saying, not good. I'm sure we're giving up the gimmies. Speaking of OG Anunoby, there he is hitting his first free throw, but a proposed trade, and I'm not sure if it's been brought up in the chat yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it has. I don't think so, but OG Anunoby, we're looking at a situation. Rumors are saying maybe a 1-for-1 with Miles Turner. I don't know if you could say 1-for-1, but the main pieces that would be exchanged between us and the Pacers would be us sending OG Anunoby and getting back Miles Footer, the 7-footer, the rim protector, interior defensive anchor. Pretty decent offensive guy too, only 26 years old. I think he has at least, well, of course, this season, and I think one more on his contract. I don't know the financial breakdown of, hitting UFA, if he has a player option, if there's a team option. I don't know the finite details, but you guys get the essence of what this trade would be. What do you think? I'm at very least considering it. I think obviously OG Anunoby is an extremely steep price to pay. But I don't think OG Anunoby will ever be a next level star, an all-star at some point, maybe for like a season or two. I certainly hope so, but his ideal role is as like a lockdown. He could be like a Drew Holiday, so that's very big, but not a typical like every year all-star guy, Miles Turner, he won't be an every year all-star guy either, but he's a bit more in line with our team needs at the moment. We have a ton of wing players, but OG Anunoby is so good. I'm very, very, very cautious to say I would do this deal because I don't know. We need more details, but guys, let me know what you think. I know Ben dropped a video on it earlier, so if you haven't seen that already, go check it out. We're all over this news, and we'll see how it develops. Trade deadline not so far away anymore. And guys, we already have 50 viewers in here. I apologize again for starting late, but hey, get this video re-recommended. We'll get everyone in here as soon as we can. Drop that like spike to help me out. Haven't activated the Flames yet. I don't think I've seen anything worthy of it at the moment, but 52-38, the current score. We got over 3 minutes, 3:02 until halftime. This has been ugly, but guys, let me take a second here again to remind anybody who's just coming in, we're doing the hot takes segment at half. So if you guys haven't tried this out yet, call me. Let me know what you're thinking about the game. Give me your takes from the first half, the key to winning the game in the second half. Try to make it around a minute or so. Of course, always be respectful. And at Josh D. Goodwin is on Instagram where you guys can get connected with me. So I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun recently. We always open up with Marcel's Minute. I'm not sure if Marcel's in the chat yet, but he, I think, is busy tonight, but potentially will be able to still open up that segment. We'll hear from him at that point in time. But guys, you know the drill. If you're watching this, send me that DM. Have your voice heard over the live. It's been a lot of fun. I got to find some better way to do it. It's kind of a bootleg production. Look at this. I have the YouTube thing covering the score. That's my bad. Yeah, Mustafa reminded me you haven't pulled up the scoreboard, by the way. I always need one good reminder with the scoreboard. Jesse Damone saying Pascal ain't an all-star yet, unfortunately. Jesse, you're definitely right. Nothing's been said or done yet. It's very interesting to see him, though, in the top 8 for fan voting. So his name's in the conversation. He's definitely been playing like an all-star recently, but I agree. When you look at the body of work, it's not a given thing. I still don't even know if I could sit here and say, if I'm an unbiased NBA executive, am I voting for Pascal Siakam? I'm not sure. I'm really not, but he's at least in the conversation. And as a Raptors fan, I really want to see it happen. Good on Canada, I will say, and everybody else for voting to get him into that convo at very least, because he's been playing like it recently. Hoping he can continue that. I do have that double bet, as you can see on the screen. Bring me my money. I'd love to see it. I think he's got 6 and 4 at the moment. So on pace, but a quiet game relative to how he's been doing recently. Fred VanVleet, very inefficient so far. Percy Lewis saying, bro, Dwayne Casey prepares these dudes, especially against the Raptors. Bro's still in his feelings. Yeah, he is. There is a new level of spite. I mean, Dwayne Casey's a pretty fiery person. He doesn't take any BS from nobody, and I think he felt pretty reasonably disrespected by the Raptors firing him when he was the active coach of the year. He felt some way about that. And obviously, he was like a father figure to DeMar. They were very close, so he felt bad for his star player that also got shipped out. Just a whole plethora of things. It will leave a burning hate with Dwayne Casey in terms of his relationship or perspective on the Raptors for a long time. I'm sure he's got love for the fans here. We got love for him. But when it comes to Masai, DeMar DeRozan can't even speak Masai's name out loud. I assume it might be a similar situation for Dwayne Casey. Pick and roll doesn't work for Toronto, but it's a kickball. Cade Cunningham picks that up, and the Raptors will be receiving the ball again on offense. We need to get something going. Haven't even gotten 40 points yet, and we're coming towards halftime. Come on, get serious now, my boy. This is tough. Tom Moreau saying, I can't believe we're down 14 to this team yet again. I can't believe it either. The Raptors do play down to competition a little bit. I've been noticing that. And it was never a thing in the past. I mean, usually we just beat up on under 500 teams. But we saw it with OKC. We've seen it a lot recently with Detroit. But hey, the second halves have been electric for the Raptors this season. This winning stretch that we've had, all of January so far, even back into December, the second halves have been really good. It's when we've been coming to life. We'll see if we can get a little bit of that action tonight. And if we're going to win, definitely we will need to be. 54-38, the current score, approaching 2 minutes. OG Anunoby takes the shot, misses it, but it's offensively rebounded by Delano Banton out to Fred. Fred, the tough paint look, doesn't get it to go. Oh, man, he's having a rough shooting night. I hate to do my guy like that, but it is cold on the court right now. Hard take, but gets blocked by Siakam, and then Delano Banton with speed up the court. Oh, and then he's blocked. Wow, some end-to-end action right now. A couple defensive plays for both teams. The score remains 54-38. Deja vu. Jesse Damone saying Casey has his team ready to play us every contest. You're definitely right. I mean, even I've been in situations playing for coaches where, he's got a vendetta against something with that team, that organization, and you try to play a little harder for him. The coach is, he's the head of the snake. As much as he's not on the court, right? He's the emotional leader. He's doing the X's and O's. Very much so the lifeline of what a team is. And, that comes with some emotional, sentimental attachment. You want to go out there and ball hard for him. Show the other team that they made a mistake. You got the better coach. And Dwayne Casey definitely deserves no slander. I'm a big fan of his. I love the way he teaches old school, hard defensive basketball. Man, it looked like sometimes when the refs really got on his nerves, he definitely should not coach in Toronto because we have way too many issues with officials. That guy looked like he was going to drop dead some of the times he was getting angry. I was worried about his heart. Kyle and DeMar said the exact same thing too. So unfortunately, I don't think his success has been any greater in Detroit, but at least he doesn't need to be officiated in Canada anymore. That's been usually rough. And there we go. Fred VanVleet. You guys know I have that bet on him. Freddie V knocking down the deep three, doing what he does. And we needed to see that. 41-54, the Raps are still down. Just over a minute left until halftime. Let's keep narrowing this gap. Make it manageable. Cade Cunningham, the nice pump fake move misses. Good job by Fred VanVleet not fouling him there. And big rebound for Pascal. No. Spicy had that, man. No way. That's a soft call. That belonged to Pascal Siakam. He ripped that board out. Late whistle by the ref. I'm not a big fan of that call, but either way, Pascal Siakam there to get the board and fight for it. Yeah, that's pretty clearly his rebound. That's garbage. Well, I'll say it again. Good thing Dwayne Casey doesn't coach the Raptors anymore because that one might have given him a heart attack. Fred VanVleet gets the jump ball off of the Pascal Siakam win, of course. Then OG Anunoby cuts in the paint. Ooh, jumped before he knew what he wanted to do. Ends up turning over the ball. That was ugly. And then in transition, wow. Pistons get the bucket. This is getting scary. All right, under a minute left to play here. Pascal Siakam backing down Cade Cunningham. Fred VanVleet's going to yank that. Never mind, false call, but OG shoots it and misses. OG Anunoby, man. Not great possessions for him. Missed shot, but the one before, OG does that sometimes. He'll jump without really thinking, and then he has to offload the ball in some, not practical way, turns it over. We press out at Cunningham. Cunningham gives it to Diallo. Then it's Jefferson, I believe, number 20, who shoots it in the corner for Detroit, and he misses as well. Rebounded by Pascal Siakam. There we go, Spicy P. Bring me that double-double. But Spicy's got it right now. He's driving, goes to the rim and gets it. He had like 4 Pistons converge on him there, but still getting the tough bucket with like 4 seconds left, and then the Pistons take the final shot. That's an air ball. There we go. Down by 13, 56-43. Things don't look too bright right now, seriously, but a little bit of a run at the end, I guess. Not impressive. I got to be real here. But we got a few people. I already see some popping up in my Instagram. They want to do the hot take segment. You guys already know what time it is. Let me get the animation rolling. York Baller saying, thank God it's over. We got a whole nother half, but hey, at least we've set the bar low. You don't expect much. Little things happen and you're impressed. That was kind of my philosophy going into this season, but we're playing winning basketball. We're 20-18. Getting a win versus Detroit feels pretty key, especially considering we've already fumbled some games this season, right? The OKC one haunts me to this moment. 0.5 seconds more left in that game, and Justin Champagny has a good bucket. I take that back, like 0.1 second less or more. You get what I mean? We lost that by like an absolute fraction. But anyways, the hot take segment about to go down. Let me see if Marcel's available to open it up with his minute, as he typically does. I don't think he's in the chat yet. You guys let me know if I'm missing something here, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything from Marcel. Let me see. We got Peter. He wants to come on, so I'll definitely get him. Ramaz in my DMs saying the Raptors need to tank. All right, if you want to come give your spiel on why you think that's still a good route, Ramaz will definitely have you on. Okay, no Marcel's minute tonight. He's let me know, so I apologize for that. Marcel is on the sidelines for this one, so I'll open it up with our guy Peter. Let me give him a ring right now. Peter, how's it going, my guy?
It's Pop-Tarts.
Oh, Pop-Tarts, sorry.
Please don't mention my name.
All right, fanfiction Pop-Tart, my bad. I'm doxing him right now. But
all right. So basically my point with this first half is, when was the last time we had a good first half again?
It's been a while. Even on the winning streak, we were winning in the second halves.
Yeah, and it's like, just how long can this keep going?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like winning the right way. You want a more consistent effort for sure, as much as, there's still wins. Well, what do you think's been going wrong? Why do you think we can't get it going in the first half?
Part of me thinks we're starting off very slow, and I believe it was mentioned earlier in the chat, it's like we don't really play up to standard unless we're in a hole at this point. We're very roller coaster.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's true. We shouldn't need to be down by like 15 points to get a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that for sure. So do you have any specific key for the second half here that you're thinking the Raptors need to do to get the win?
I guess play better defense and get the shots to fall, because I looked up at the plus minus. I think OG is at like -8. Fred is like -14, and I think it's Pascal at -16. So none of those are particularly great numbers.
Yeah, that's not too good. That's not too good at all. Normally the starters are who needs to carry the bulk of the load for us. But yeah, it's been lackluster for sure. Fanfiction, thank you so much for calling on, man. We'll definitely call you back in sometime soon at half, and appreciate it as always.
Thank you.
Okay, talk to you later. Well, there you go, guys. We need to play better defense and get more buckets in the second half. That is the word from Fanfiction. And we got Graham popping in now. I think he wants to call too. Yeah, Magnetic's got something to say here, so I'm going to give him one call. I'll give him a call in 1 second. If you guys are watching this, do me a big favor. There's almost 100 people in the chat right now. Drop that like spike. Help grow the channel. Do all the good things you guys have already been doing. Appreciate it so much. Okay, so Graham, I'm gonna you're saying give me 5 and give me a shout. Okay, we'll give Graham 5 minutes here and then give him a ring. If you're good right now, Graham, and you hear me, come right through. But shouts out to Jonathan in the chat, man. I appreciate you. Oh, I think Magnetic's got something special teed up. I think he might go off when we call him, but no Marcel's minutes night. This is unfortunate. It hardly feels like hot takes without Marcel yelling into his cell phone for a couple minutes. But hey, he'll be back soon. And guys, I don't want to give away any too big of plans. People always think like Marcel's like a cousin of mine or something, like just because he he does so much for the channel, right? He's a moderator, he's always donating, all those good things. But to be quite honest, Marcel's just been a very loyal day one supporter of us, and someone we really love here at the channel. And there is something upcoming this week that I'll be doing with Marcel. We got some collaboration content. I'm not going to say too much, but definitely tune into Wednesday versus the Mavericks. As you would any live stream, guys. It's been so much fun. And like I always say, thank you for helping me grow the channel. Magnetic should be ready in 1 second. But before we go to him with the rest of Hot Takes, I'm going to go look at the box score right now because as we were talking to FanFiction Pop-Tart there, he was reminding me of some of the terrible plus-minus numbers. We don't need to dive into that. The reality is we're down by 13 still at halftime to the Detroit Pistons. The plus-minus clearly doesn't look good. But let me go see the individual performers. So as you can see, I've been saying it over and over again. I need the Pascal Siakam double-double. He's been just pumping out double-doubles like clockwork. Let's see if he can get it. Right now he has 8 and 6. That's on pace. Fingers crossed. He doesn't have any assists yet, which is kind of shocking. Him and Scottie Barnes can really pass the ball for some front court players. Excited to see that chemistry continue to blossom. But Scottie Barnes this game, he's played 14 minutes, only has 2 points, 4 rebounds, no assists either. So Siakam, we can't find buckets. That's the key here. Buckets are drying up for the Raptors, and it's been a common theme throughout our first half. I think we'll get it rolling in the second, but Khem Birch, I think he left with a broken nose. See, guys, I missed a little bit at the beginning of the game, but from what I've been hearing, he is out. And then Anunoby, he has 14 points. Wow. I didn't think OG had 14. He's got 2 assists as well. He's 4 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 6 from three-point range. All right, he's got 3 turnovers, but so far, our best offensive performer. He's leading us in points. And then we have Fred VanVleet, 12, 2, and 5. 2 of 9 from the floor, which is ugly. 2 of 6 from 3. No defensive stats either, unfortunately, for Fred, who's had a crazy two-way season. But I think the scoring can get there in the second half. I need 24 points, so maybe not that far. But maybe. He had 24 and a quarter not too long ago. Stay tuned for that, guys. And everyone else, I think, Chris Boucher is 5 and 4. Oh, it's not too bad. He's having a pretty efficient game. And then Precious Achiuwa has 2 and 4. It's not a whole lot to talk about this first half, unfortunately, but I'm going to give my guy Magnetic a call. I'm going to hear his hot takes. And if you guys have any hot takes of your own, let me know. And DM me at Josh D. Goodwin on Instagram. You can call me through the DM box and we'll get you on the live stream. But let me call Magnetic real quick.
Yo, Josh.
Magnetic, you there, man?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Trying to fill Marcel's shoes for the night,
Yeah, man. We got to fill in by committee here. There's no Marcel rant.
This has been, wow. I did not expect this.
Yeah, it's been a cold first half, man. It's been really bad.
We need to clean up the free throws. What is that?
The whole efficiency has been really bad. Is the free throws what stood out the most to you in that first half?
We're just terrible shooting free throws. I think we just need to start shooting threes and hitting them because they're not really shooting threes. We're not really shooting that many threes.
Yeah, it's been a sluggish pace, man.
It's just been hard to watch almost. It's like, how do we lose to Dwayne Casey and the Pistons every time?
It's a vendetta, bro. It's a full-blown vendetta that he has.
Yeah, it is a rivalry that stems so far back.
I can't even fully blame him, but Magnetic, do you have anything that's like a key other than maybe hitting threes to this second half, or do you think the guys just got to go out there and play hard?
Get Freddie a little bit more touches. Siakam's
Like
not
that.
the guy, so maybe Barnes maybe can heat up in the second half here, and even Utah's looking pretty sloppy too.
Yeah,
Sadly.
I've noticed that actually.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe finally bring in DJ Wilson before his freaking contract's up, and you can bring a little spark off the bench.
Magnetic, I think someone in the chat said Wilson's injured, but otherwise, I think, maybe he would be getting some minutes.
Man, the guy's just going to get dropped, and we're never going to even get to see his potential.
He's going to be playing, on 3 different 10-day contracts here. Hopefully, I'd like to see a bit more of him, too, before he leaves the Raptors.
Me too, for sure.
All right, Magnetic. Well, thank you so much for calling in, man. You're always reliable
Thanks
to be
for
calling
having
in.
me, always.
Appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you in the chat during the second half.
All right. Go Raps.
Go Raps. Awesome call with Magnetic. So, guys, if you have any hot takes of your own, you already know where you can find me. At Josh D. Goodwin on Instagram. I mean, you can send me, funny meme videos if you want to, but slide in the DMs. I'll get you on the air right now. Give us your takes on what you're seeing out there, because, I mean, if someone wants to get real angry and sound off on this first half, I mean, the floor is open. That was an ugly half of basketball. The only reason I'm not as more animated is because I missed the majority of the first half. Thus why we're starting the stream a little late, which I'll apologize for again, guys. My bad. But let me know what you think. Give me your takes. 56-43, the current score. Not too good. Cade Cunningham's been playing pretty nice. I was hoping that Scottie Barnes, I know he's still a little bit tentative because of that injury, but he's got to answer. He's got to come back in this Rookie of the Year race and show that even if he doesn't end up winning, I want him to go right back at the top guys. And so far, Cade Cunningham has had his number both times they've faced this season. So Scottie Barnes having a bit of a resurgent second half, I think I'd like to see that. I think everyone would. But let me look. I'm curious how many points Cade has. Let me get my bet off the screen right now. So right now, Cade Cunningham has 13, 5, and 3. Wow, 6 of 10 from the floor. He has not hit a three-pointer. He's missed 2. See how many defensive stats too? No, he doesn't. Only turned over the ball once. Cade Cunningham special. I'm very happy with Scottie Barnes, but it was pretty funny when we were tanking hard last season. There was a Canadian, I forget his name. Morris, maybe? He was on OSU with Cunningham last season, though. And when the Raptors were doing really bad, the one Canadian teammate he had was working on his Toronto accent with him. And I saw that video. I was like, oh man, it would be so funny if Cade ended up coming to here, but he didn't. But we got Scottie Barnes, who's somewhere between Kawhi Leonard and Giannis, maybe. We'll see. Stick around and figure it out, because his rookie season's been a lot of fun to watch. I just want to see a better half of basketball for him too, which I think the Raptors will need if we're going to come out with a win, because we got our work cut out. A 13-point deficit. Not nice. Not nice at all. And then after this, the next game tomorrow versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis will be back for them, so that'll be the first time that we face the Bucks with Giannis this season. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, because Giannis is right back as the leader of the MVP debate. This is crazy. I mean, what he does is so accepted as common now, but it's so far from it. I mean, he really is the second coming of Shaquille O'Neal in terms of dominance on the basketball court. And Shaq says it himself. He's like, look, I gave my cape to Giannis. He's Superman. That's me playing today. So, I mean, the pros give him the love. We got to give him the love too. And who doesn't like Giannis Antetokounmpo? Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Bucks fan. I hate Coach Bud. I'm not really a big fan of Middleton. I really didn't like Bledsoe when he was there. I was so happy to see us knock them the hell out of the playoffs. But Giannis is just hard to hate. And especially when I was so ready for him to come to Toronto and be a Raptor. We have the highest Greek population percentage or per capita in North America. He always gets a standing ovation from the Greek part of the crowd when he's playing in Toronto. There was so many reasons. Masai's close to his family. Helped him at one point get from Nigeria to Greece. Done so much for him. I thought if he was going to leave Milwaukee, there was a good chance he could have ended up in the 6. You guys already know how that story ends. It did not happen. But I still think one day, Giannis is still so young. What is he, 26, 27? And he's already said to the Bucks, I don't know if I'm coming back again. Maybe one day. I mean, we're building up. I don't think the Bucks are going to, when we're peaking, the Bucks will not be. And Giannis will be a free agent again at some point. He's made it clear he might walk. And he's told that to the Milwaukee faithful. So we'll see. We'll see. I just don't rule out anything, really, guys. Maybe Kawhi Leonard will even come back one day and team up with them. A man can dream. But guys, the second half is about to start again. we need to really clean up on the efficiency, whether it's at the free throw line, the 3-point line, just in general. Like, what was our field goal percent at half? Let me get a check on this. So at this moment, the Raptors are shooting 28% on field goals. Let me get the ice on for that. What on earth? That is disturbing. 32% on threes. That's not good. 68% from the free throw line. All of this is bad. We're out rebounding Detroit by one single rebound. We still get a lot of offensive boards. This is crazy. I saw Champagny in there for a moment. I don't know how he did, but I should check that out on the stats. He's getting a little bit more playing time from Nick Nurse, and I think everyone likes that. The assists, 13-7 in favor of Detroit. We've turned over the ball more. They've scored more points in the paint. We have more second chance points, but only by 3. And they have a lot more points off of turnovers. We have 2. They have 11. So right now we're getting outplayed in most statistical categories. At least a few of those are going to need to reverse or balance out for us to have a chance of winning this game and going to 21-18, which is the place all of us want to be, because we're in the thick of the playoff battle in the East, and it is a dogfight. So every single win, don't give up an inch. This is all going to matter for playoff seeding, where the Raptors will be, because we are not going. Ramas, if you're hearing me right now, I'm disappointed you didn't come and defend your take for us to go back to the lottery and tank, which you DM me over Insta. We want you on hot takes, man. Come on and give the hot takes, because that is a flaming hot take that I personally cannot agree with. But Ramaz, he always comes with the hot ones. So maybe we'll get him on next time at half. He's come on before, but thank you for everyone who did call in. And here we go. We'll get the second half of basketball underway. Fred VanVleet takes a 3 and does not hit it. It's rebounded by Cunningham, who's had a really good game so far. As I was saying, man, he is impressive. Killian Hayes shoots it over to Cunningham. He's squaring up Precious Achiuwa right now. Throws it to Saddiq Bey, who shoots a pretty open 3 and gets it. Oh. Offensive foul, though? Yeah, it's okay. The bucket counts. There is an offensive foul laid to Detroit, but 59-43, the current score. Send help. Oh. Saddiq Bey is impressive. Detroit has our number, and it seems like Saddiq Bey specifically really pushes that, because he balls out against us, simply put. He's really talented. I just don't know why the Pistons abuse us like this. Runs deep, man. It runs deep. So I see Giovanni mentioning something about Mo Bamba in the chat, saying his contract's up this year and the Magic don't want to pay him. So I heard that the Magic are actually only asking for a first rounder for Mo Bamba. And the fact that his contract's up, I mean, that kind of makes sense. But it's a protected contract, right? I think he's coming off his rookie deal. And Pascal Siakam, beautiful and one play, catches it while running the court, really passing the free throw line when he receives it, and then gets the and one bucket. Oh, nice. And that was Fred VanVleet who sprung him like that. Great job by Spicy P. That's the second really difficult finish I've seen him make in this game. And he's going to the free throw line to shoot an extra. Let me get on the flames for Spicy P. I'm sleeping on him right now. And shouts out to Pascal. He's got to have a big second half to help us get a victory. And he hits it. There we go. That free throw percentage, slowly but surely, it's got to creep up. But anyways, what I was saying about Mo Bamba, if a team's going to need to pay him, or maybe he is like low-key a threat to go into free agency, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure whoever trades for him will get to re-sign him pretty easily, because he's coming off of his rookie deal. But I could be wrong. Either way, they don't want to pay him. They want to trade him, get a first-round pick. That does feel like a relatively affordable or bang-on price for how much he's improved. I mean, a first rounder is extremely valuable in the NBA, especially with groups who really know how to draft, like the Grizzlies, the Raptors of the world, even the Warriors. They really make the most of their draft picks, even though they passed up on LaMelo, but we won't go to that. You get my point. A first rounder is very valuable. I don't need to tell you that. But Mo Bamba already has kind of given you what you would want out of a first rounder. Out of like a top 8 player where he was drafted? No, not really, but still, he's built himself up into a really good center. He's more than serviceable. He's pretty talented, and he's worked hard for it. And he's very young. As you guys know, he's still on that rookie deal. I think a team will definitely be giving up a first to go and get Mo Bamba. I'm surprised that Orlando doesn't really have him in the long-term plans, but when Isaac comes back, of course, he'll need his minutes, and Jonathan Isaac's a beast. And Spicy P, stay hot. Another and one bucket. They can't stop fouling him. Killian Hayes trying to get the ball. Gets some hand of Pascal Siakam, just a stronger player, gets the finish. There we go, Spicy. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Playing tough basketball. Getting it dirty. You guys know it's my favorite way for Pascal Siakam to play. Magnetic knowledge saying spicy coming in hot. Got the flames on for our guy. If you're watching this right now, we got 100 live viewers, so drop that like spike. Help grow the video. Make your presence felt, guys. I always appreciate it. Okay, and everybody, this was interesting, right? So last live stream, I was just giving it to Devin Booker. Absolutely roasting him over being soft. And then trying to like really milk the Kobe comparison. It's like, pick a side, man. Either you're locked in, dialed in, winning, and you know, not letting anything phase you, or you're not like Kobe. And I've never seen Devin Booker as the next coming of Kobe. I've seen him as a very talented shooting guard, you know, who can get a bucket from really anywhere, but just not necessarily Kobe-like. Because there's a lot of players who have that marksman skill set in the game of basketball. To be Kobe-like, it's more about your aura, your demeanor, being a two-way guy. Like, that would really define a Kobe Bryant type player to me. That does not ring bells with Devin Booker. And I love how the dinosaur, the mascot in Toronto, threw him off. And now everyone else is like, this man's so soft. I was calling him soft before I even noticed the dinosaur mascot being in his head. That was the cherry on top, guys. The verdict here, we're hammering the nail into the coffin. He is not Kobe. That comparison is dead. And it's just funny that we were making note of that before he even had that dino mascot incident. Which, yeah, kind of made everyone see that he was like, I don't know, maybe not hard. I'll leave it at that. You know, here I am chirping pro athletes from the comfort of my couch, but you get what I mean. Like, you can't just go compare yourself to Kobe. Either way, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, as you guys always do. Listening to my often spiteful rants on opposing players. But if you guys enjoy those or enjoy just hearing me talk about basketball, drop that like. We'll keep people coming in here, and it's already grown so much, which is a lot of fun to see. Right now, Diallo shoots, the mid-range misses, and it's rebounded by OG Anunoby, who throws it up to Siakam. Current score is 63-49. OG's got it back. He might shoot the three, decides not to, drives. He's driving on Corey Joseph, and then it goes to Scottie Barnes, who, oh my God, his shot's been off. Misses the mid-range, but Precious Achiuwa there to get the offensive rebound. That's one part of our game that just has been consistent, is crashing the glass, and is really nice to see. Oh, wow. Cade Cunningham standing his ground versus Scottie. Scottie turns over the ball. That was really good defense by Cade. That Rookie of the Year race, man, is so crazy. Corey Joseph creating some separation. Oh. Ooh, okay, I can't put on flames for an opposing player, but that was cold. That was cold. Shouts out my Canadian Corey Joseph. Wow. I mean, he's the Canadian, but he put Precious on skates there. That was nasty. Wow. Got to show some love to that play. The Raptors, unfortunately, though, 65-49 the score now. Just under 8 minutes left until the fourth quarter. So we got some time to work with, but you know, things have started off ugly, and they're still ugly. Fred VanVleet shoots the three. Can't get that, but almost gets his offensive rebound. Unfortunately, tips out of bounds, but good hustle by Fred. I mean, he's been playing outside of that 6-foot frame. He's been, well, remember against, who was it, Sandro on the Bucks, getting a crazy block. I've seen Fred VanVleet get blocks, but never against a 7-foot heavy opposing center under the rim. You know, that really epitomizes to me that he is in a new level at the moment. Fred VanVleet is levitating his way to the All-Star game. The Pistons drive. Bay shoots the three, misses, thank God, and it's rebounded by our rookie, Scottie Barnes. Scottie, he looks like he's thinking about shooting, throws it. Oh, gorgeous pass, and that was just a great defensive play by Diallo. Ends up swatting Fred VanVleet, and it just rolls off the rim, but wow. That's pretty crazy. I mean, you're going front court to back court there. The cutter, Fred VanVleet, your point guard, ends up getting found by Scottie Barnes on a gorgeous cut to the, and then Detroit responds with a bucket of their own, 67-49. Whoo, 18-point deficit. I'm biting my lip as I say that. Deficit right now. This is brutal. Precious thinks about taking the three, drives, takes the mid-range J and misses it. Scottie tries to tap it to him, but it's out of bounds. And it's going back with the Pistons. This isn't even close right now. Putting the ice right back on. This is brutal. So what do you guys think? Is there a chance the Raptors win this one? I'm going to make a poll right now. Can Toronto still win? option. Actually, I mean, it is pretty much a yes or a no question. I was going to put in a maybe or like a doubtful, but that's too ambiguous. You guys got to pick a side. All right, I think, there we go. So that should be loaded up in the chat in a second. But you guys let me know. Be realistic here. I know everyone's already a Raptors fan in the chat, but most people. But let me know. Is there realistically a chance? I mean, we've just been storming back in second halves. I know some people might not share my optimism here, but I would vote yeah. You know, we're in this. We're the better team. The score might be 67-49. We're down by nearly 20 points, but we have 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Then we have an entire fourth to go and find our best basketball. You know, I say it out loud, and it actually doesn't sound so optimistic. Maybe I'm doubling back on what I was saying, and the Dwayne Casey curse is in effect tonight. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the poll. If you want to drop a score prediction in the chat too, definitely go down and do that. Or if you have any hot takes, you can throw those in the chat as well. You guys know where those belong. But we got 102 live viewers, so thank you guys so much. Drop that like spike if you're watching. Always appreciated. Let's see what else is going on in the NBA tonight. I rarely ever do this on a live stream. We're just killing some time hanging out right now. This game sucks, to be real. Let's see what else is going on in the NBA. We got a Pacers-Suns game. Suns up 66-61. Okay, to just completely rewind here, I love the Memphis Grizzlies. I've always liked them. Anybody who's been watching truly from the day one of this stream knows that I'm a closet Memphis Grizzlies fan, and it's because of guys like Dylan Brooks. I'm not even like a big Ja guy, funny enough. Like, yes, I'm a diehard Memphis guy. Not the way I am with the Raptors, of course, but like my team in the West, you're allowed to have a team in each conference. Of course, if there's a finals between the Raptors and Memphis, I'm going Raptors all day. But I love the way they play. I really do. I started really liking them as well when JV went there. I got to see him come into his own, start playing like all-star level center ball. And then you also have guys, yeah, of course, Ja's exciting, but Brandon Clark, another Canadian. And then Dylan Brooks is like my favorite player in the league behind Fred VanVleet. So that gives you an idea of how much I like two-way play. And just Dylan Brooks is going to be doing that at that one of the highest levels in the NBA in a few years once he continues to develop. That whole team is insane. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is just tough to deal with. He's like a better Bam Adebayo, in my opinion. You guys let me know if I'm tripping with that comparison, but I'm very happy. They're facing the Mavericks tonight. I'll probably tune into that game, but very interesting turn of events in Memphis this year. Ja Morant's like looking off kids as they want high fives and stuff. It's getting intense in Memphis. Siakam gets fouled. He doesn't get the and one bucket like he's done the past few times, but he'll be shooting two at the free throw line. Spicy P staying hot. There we go. Well, that's the ice. It's the ice. Stay hot, Spicy. Jeff for Sale 1 says, at least the Celtics suck. That's another team that we can't deal with. Speak of the Pistons, the Celtics also suck, but give us so much trouble. At least we can like point at Dwayne Casey and say, this is why we lose. I don't know why the Celtics beat us so bad so often. I think the last time we faced them, we might have gotten, no. Are we 1-2 against them? I know we blew them out the one game in Boston, which was awesome. It was really early. Scottie Barnes had like 25 and 11. It was one of the first really big dominant Scottie performances. But yeah, the Celtics suck. To just reiterate what Jeff for Sale 1 saying, no disrespect or slander if there's a Celtics fan in the chat, but objectively speaking, it's been a rough season, and I think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum will be broken up. And I don't think anyone wants to do that, but they don't, Perk said this the other day, and I agree completely. I'm yet to see them actually look like they enjoy playing together. Like the lack of results is one thing, but they just genuinely don't look like, they love that relationship. Like they don't want to be the co-faces of the team. They're kind of doing their own thing out there. But maybe that's just my perception. I think, obviously Perk said it, but I agree with him. And Perk's usually right most of the time. I got to give it to him. But hey, enough about the rest of the NBA. The Raptors are on, and an alley-oop from Cade Cunningham to Diallo. 69-51 the current score. Just under 6 minutes left now until the third. Pascal Siakam throws over to Fred VanVleet, takes the three. He needs that and gets it. There we go. Attaboy Fred VanVleet. Taking up back where he left off. Getting some deep threes, and the Raptors really needed that one. So Freddie V delivering for the Raps. Corey Joseph feeds it down low. Ends up back at Cunningham, who shoots the long three and misses that one. Champagnie dives for the rebound, but it ends up with Corey Joseph. Cunningham gives it to Joseph. And then it's out to Saddiq Bey, who shoots another three, and thank God he misses, but we end up batting around the rebound away from our own players. Corey Joseph gives it to Saddiq Bey, ends up in the corner, and is that an offensive foul? Please tell me it is. I think it is. I think we just drew an offensive foul. That might have been a charge there on Cade, or maybe it was on Corey Joseph, actually. But either way, I think the Raps are getting the ball back, and we're going back to offense. Let's pray, man, because we do not need any more free throws being jammed down at us. Susie in the chat saying these refs are killing us this game. Okay, never mind. The Raptors do end up getting the call against them, so it will be the Pistons who get the ball back right now. Bey gives it to Diallo, who's covered by VanVleet. Diallo's got that face mask on. Oh, perfect. Turns over the ball. Raps get it back. Pascal Siakam driving. Oh, count that. Count that. Let's go. Pascal Siakam. He's got a better chance of finishing tonight if you do foul him. The and ones are raining down at the moment. Spicy P. Everyone liked to see that. Everyone liked to see that. Just basically treading backwards. Throws it up, has a general sense of where that hoop is. And, tonight's his night on the and ones. He'll be shooting an extra one when the Raptors return, but there is a stoppage of play. Raps are going to the bench for a meeting, a timeout, I guess. And what's the current score? It's 69-56. If we can get this thing to single digits by the fourth quarter, which is very feasible, then I have some revitalized hope. I never went away, but I think that would help a lot mentally just for biting off that deficit. So let's see about my bets. If you guys haven't seen them already, I got them right here. There it is. Plus 500. So that's 4 times your investment if you end up winning on those. Always check out Twitter beforehand to see mine. But right now, Fred VanVleet has 15 points. He's possible to hit on his line of 24 total points. I hit the over. So let's see about that. And then for Pascal Siakam, he's got 18 and 7. I'll knock on wood, but I think likely double-double. Hoping that one hits. But guys, those are just my bets. If you have any bets of your own, let me know. Drop them in the chat. I will be rooting for them with you if you guys let me know. I'm always curious to hear. CH saying Dwayne Casey laughing, all caps again. Bro, Dwayne Casey just has the Raptors number. Part of me, especially in our championship season, remember when we faced them, we had Kawhi and Stanley Johnson had the night of a lifetime, shut down Kawhi, probably scored like 11 points or something, but really just was on Kawhi like glue and did a great job, was probably the MVP of that game for neutralizing our superstar, and they won. I remember thinking to myself, I wanted that win, definitely really bad. But part of me, seeing Dwayne Casey after the game, acting like he won a championship, it warmed my heart a little bit because I was like, at the end of the day, we're here with a contending roster. Our season is bigger than just this game. I'm still pissed we lost, but wow, Dwayne Casey's a really good guy, and I was happy to see him a little fired up. And never am I happy to see someone get revenge on the Raps. But, Dwayne Casey, in my mind, is a big part of the organization still. His work and footprint will be felt here forever. So shouts out to him. He's a defense first guy, and we still roll that way. We're having some conversations about Gary Trent Jr. potentially being I'm just reading some more comments here. Potentially being a little overrated. I don't know. I think Gary's right on. We gave him a contract that I think is dead on, bang for your buck, $18 million a year. You look at other contracts in the NBA, that's about what Gary should be paid. That's what OG Anunoby makes. But both of those guys being rumored in trade talks recently. I don't think anything really coming from the Raptors end of things, but the Lakers want Gary Trent Jr. It's very clear that they need some defense and shot making. And, I don't know who overrates Gary Trent Jr., but he is definitely a solid two-way player. He's still grinding for his respect, for sure. But anyways, guys, here we are. We're back in action right now. The Pistons have the ball. It's with Cade Cunningham, who's hounded by Justin Champagnie, the other rookie at the moment. Forces him to take and ends up passing it out. They missed the three-pointer shot from Corey Joseph. And Pascal Siakam, that wasn't a rebound for him. That was Chris Boucher who got it. So whatever, I don't get the rebound number 8 for Pascal, but throws it to Chris. Chris shoots the 3 and gets it to go. Shouts out CB, man. Bonjour. Quebec's finest. Flames are on for Chris. Pistons bringing it up. It's 69-60. We got that single-digit deficit right now. Let's keep going. It's a 9-0 scoring run in the last minute 40 for the Raptors. They hand it back off to Cade. Sadiq Bey's calling for it. He gets ahead of steam, pivots around. Who's number 0 on the Pistons? Oh, that was good defense. Good defense. No way. Okay, sorry. I thought that was a foul call. I thought it went like that. No, that's a jump ball. Good job, Chris. That's the intensity, man. I do not want to hear any Chris Boucher slander in the chat right now. And guys, we have 105 live viewers. So if you're watching this, do your thing. Drop that like spike. Help grow the channel. I mean, I always throw that Skyrim arrow up on the screen. And you guys always keep dropping those likes. So thank you guys so much. Oh, no. No. Review that. No, that was late. Oh, they hit the deep 3, but the refs are saying it's good. I won't lie. Maybe there's a chance it was, but 72-60, the score right now. They stretch it back out to 12. Fred VanVleet has the ball, gives it to Siakam, who's guarded tight by Corey Joseph. And then what? For what? Is that an offensive foul? What did he do? Definitely wasn't a travel. Okay, let's see. You're giving us the replay of this Corey Joseph late make. Oh, that's clean. I think that's clean. I can hear Matt and Jack saying it's going to be close, but I think Corey Joe got that off in time. So the Pistons are reasonably up 12 points. Corey Joe covered by VanVleet here. Corey Joseph's so underrated. That's a guy who's underrated. Oh, man. And then Cade Cunningham with a tough layup over a few Raptors defenders. The lead is 14 again. You know, that 9-0 run, that's looking like a 9-5 run now. OG Anunoby gets the drive, and then a little bit of like a floater J. I don't even know what to call that move, but OG Anunoby just getting the bucket by any means. That's a big one for the Raptors. Trailing by 12. Oh, Jefferson one saying, will there be a bull sighting? I think he failed his physical. I heard that the deal fell through because he failed his physical when he went to Detroit. I don't know what that means. Maybe he didn't want to leave Denver and like self-sabotaged, or maybe he's genuinely like not up to standard. I don't know, but I've heard some rumors that deal's a no-go. Maybe I've missed some revised amendment on the deal and now it is, but for at least a moment, that physical was failed and the Pistons opted out of the trade. And speaking of the Pistons, they end up getting a bucket right there. 76-62, the current score with 2:25 left until the fourth quarter. Things looked pretty nice there, and now they don't look so good. But guys, regardless of what happens in this game, it's very clear that, especially so over the past few, especially that 7-6 game winning streak, whatever it was, Fred VanVleet, he is stealing the show.
Vote for me.
Help vote him into the All-Star game, guys. Do your thing. Help to get him represented because he deserves it. And Tom Moreau's hopping and saying, yes, the Bull trade was canceled. If anybody has some insight to why, maybe I could hit Google for a second, but if someone has some insight to why Bull's physical was failed, I doubt it's public information, but maybe someone knows. I'm very curious because that was going to be a very big deal. I felt like Denver kind of got fleeced in that one. I won't lie. So maybe they told Bull, we made a mistake. We need you to maybe they gave him some sort of synthetic drug to fail a drug test. I don't know. I'm just happy that he's staying in Denver because I like Bull there a lot more than I do in Detroit. And hey, this gives the Raptors an opportunity to go and up their deal to maybe go get Bull. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But yeah, if anyone has any details on that, throw it in the chat. Michael C saying 32% field goal percentage against the Pistons. It's been ugly. It's been so ugly. Scottie Barnes has it right now. He's got to find his offensive rhythm again. It's been a little bit dead for the past few games. Fred VanVleet. Oh, that was good off-ball movement by the Raptors, but they don't get the shot to go. Chris Boucher misses the 3, and it's rebounded by Detroit. Hubert RD saying Ja Morant greater than Zion. I think, yeah, that's a fair thing to say at this point, and I don't disagree, but I'm very optimistic that Zion's going to come. Oh, wow. Jackson with the tough shot, the tough and one. Wow. Chris Boucher ends up laying the foul. And that was just a determined move there. Or is that Jackson? Who is it? Yeah, it's Jackson. Wow. Races Chris Boucher to the rim and gets the better of him there. He'll have the chance for the 3-point play. Jeez. Yeah, that play deleted my memory. I can't remember what I was saying. He hits the extra point too. So 79-62. Guys, what on earth is happening right now? This sucks. But hey, it's still fun being on live. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And it's not over. You know, we have this quarter and a whole other one to go. Let's see what we can do. OG Anunoby working in the post on Jackson. The hook shot doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Jackson. Outlet to Corey Joseph. We're going up the court for the Pistons. Throws it over to Jackson, takes the three. He's hot. Oh, and just misses it off the bank. I mean, that shot was off, but the bank almost went for him. Scottie Barnes in the paint. Ooh, I need some more of that. He got the ball with a little bit of jump in his step, too. I thought he was about to do something there. Scottie Barnes waking up a little bit. I like this. Attaboy, Scottie. Getting a timely bucket for the Raptors. It's 79-64. Pistons doing a decent job of kicking around the ball on the perimeter. They end up driving, and they get that to go. Who is that taller white guy on the court? Who is he? Number 0? Or is number 8? I don't know, but he's been pretty nice. He's having a decent game right now. I should really know who that is. The pick comes, pick and roll, Scottie Barnes, Fred VanVleet. There you go. A little pick and roll bucket. Not a hard pick, but they get loose. Scottie Barnes with a little mid-range floater shot. Haven't seen that going down for him recently. That's a good sign. I'll get the flames on for my boy. That's my rookie. I'm seeing Mike Kamina pop up saying, who said trade Scottie, LOL? Who said that? Bobby Devlin saying, Josh, it's over. You know what? It's not. It doesn't look good. I will give you that right now, Bobby. It does not look good. Over? It's not over yet. Job not finished, but things are definitely looking like an uphill grind if we're going to go anywhere. Mustafa saying such a depressing game. It sucks because this is like, you know, we've turned the tide. We want to win. Detroit wants to lose. You know, why do we need to have games like this? You know, guys, let's just rig this thing. Let's get the win. Let's move on, and we'll let them go to the lottery, get there, dude, and we'll go to the play-in. At this point, actually, we have a chance to not even need to go through the play-in. But if you end up losing to Detroit in matchups like this, you know, you're going to need to be fighting from those 10 to 8 spots. Or sorry, 10, yeah. No, I guess it's 10, 9, 8, and 7 who go to the play-in tournament to get those last 2 spots. But you guys get what I mean. Raptors got to secure their own fate. If you guys are watching this as well, do me a big favor, drop that like spike. Tone Stack saying put Fred on the bench. Well, maybe that would be better for the team, but I still need him to get 24 points. Right now he has 15 still. We got a whole other quarter of basketball to play. Let's see where this thing leads, but I would like to see those bets go through, even if the Raptors end up losing this one. Oh, OG Anunoby making some space, but missing the shot. A little bit of a body check there, and Fred VanVleet misses the putback as the buzzer goes. We're heading to the fourth quarter, down by how much? I missed the score as it faded out on the screen, but it's saying 81-66 up on the Google scoreboard here, and that's vaguely accurate. 83-66. Oh, Manjeet in the chat saying Nick Nurse should be fired. Come on now. You don't mean that. I agree. We're at the point where it's like, okay, Nick Nurse isn't perfect. He has his moments, but we do not want to fire him, because then there's going to be another coach in the league that we're cursed against. And we already got to deal with the Detroit Pistons and Dwayne Casey. I don't need to deal with like Nick Nurse and like the Jazz, or Nick Nurse and I don't even know. The Jazz was a weird example, but you guys get what I mean. Nick Nurse would go somewhere and just be undefeated against us for the rest of his career. And why would we get rid of Nick Nurse? Come on now. Mustafa saying OG is built like a brick. He's built like a Roman gladiator. That guy is like carved, chiseled muscle, jump out the gym. I remember Danny Green still says to this day, I forget where he said it. I believe it was on a podcast, but he says, all my years in the NBA, bunch of different contending teams, I've never played with a freak athlete like OG Anunoby. So high praise from the decorated NBA veteran Danny Green, who I miss a lot. That guy is high quality, high character. Bringing the podcast scene to Toronto with his, we were podcasting a while ago. 2017 is when we started, but you get what I mean. He was really into that podcast wave that came around the 2019 time, before JJ, before Perk, before a lot of those guys. He was doing his thing, and he's good at it too. Danny Green's lovable, and he's got all that basketball accolades to back it up. I miss him big time. It's weird. He wasn't a big prominent piece for the Lakers. Lakers fans are tough to please. I know that we have our moments, but Lakers fans, they have like the ultra gold standard of basketball being played at Staples Center, or they have at least. So it's like anything less than that, they're very quick to point the trade, the trade accusations, the projections. They're never quite happy with their team. Danny Green took a lot of flack there, but ultimately helped them out a ton. And he's a champion with the Lakers too. So winning basketball is what that man does. Underrated defender. Getting some replays of the Pistons buckets here. Some good defense by Justin Champagny, but they're just getting those tough buckets. Who is number 8? Lyles. Okay, that's Lyles. He's playing good. He's having a nice game. How many points does Lyles have? Currently, he's got 21, 6, and 1. He's 6 of 10 from the floor. He's got 2 steals, 2 blocks. He's having a game right now. What's his first name? Okay, it is Trey Lyles. See, I knew the name Trey Lyles, but I did not know that was him. Now I know, because he's dropping 21 on our head tops. But there you go. The Pistons end up hitting another 3. That's Jackson, 86-66, 20-point deficit in the fourth quarter now. We might be cooked here, guys. We might be cooked. But stick around. Let's see what happens. Scottie Barnes chopping it up in the mid-range, goes to take the floater shot high off the glass, gets it to go. Scottie Barnes, better late than never. He's turning around the offensive groove, hopefully. He's had a couple nice buckets in the past 10 minutes. They hand it off to Bay, or not to Bay, but anyways, Corey Joseph shoots the 3, gets the 3 over Fred VanVleet. Oh, man. Get those flames off. We don't need to heat him up anymore. How many points does Corey Joe have? I mean, regardless of how many he's scored, he's been all over the court for the Pistons tonight. What? Corey Joseph only has 9 points? Okay, that's how you know I've only been watching the second half, essentially. I tuned in late. There you go. Fred VanVleet connecting with Chris Boucher for the easy bucket under the rim there. But yeah, I did miss the little intro of the game. I apologize for starting this late. I did let people know on Twitter, but I do apologize nonetheless. We'll be on time tomorrow for the live stream. But yeah, so apparently Corey Joseph, only 15 minutes, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 2 of 3 from 3-point range. But man, he's just been great. No turnovers either. He takes care of the ball great, does all the little things. And hey, we got first super chat of the night. My guy, Magnetic Knowledge, saying, I never give up or talk smack about our Raptors. Go Raps, baby. Magnetic, as loyal as they come. Showing some love to his Raptors, saying, get off their backs right now. It's a rough night, but those are our guys. So shouts out to him for the super chat. And, I got my moments, Magnetic. I won't lie. I do. Like any very passionate fan, I say some stuff that can be brash. But you know what? Sometimes you got to see the business side of it too. But for the most part, just because of one bad performance like tonight, I'm not going to attack my guys either. So shout out to him, defender of the players. Appreciate you, Magnetic. Mike Chaffee, I hate to go from Magnetic's very kind and like protective super chat there of our players to Mike Chaffee saying this, but I got to point it out. He's saying Yuta has struggled, and it's very true. Yuta Watanabe has how many minutes tonight, and what's he looking at? Yuta has, he's only got 4 minutes, so, not really much run. He's only got 1 rebound. He was 0 of 2 from 3-point range. He had 1 block, 2 personal fouls. He's just been kind of there. He's been at most surviving these days. And it's a shame because when he came back from being injured throughout the first few games of the season, he was like the energy we needed off of the bench. And even towards the end of last season, we started to see some big time improvements for him. So I was excited to see Yuta Watanabe come out this year and play really well. He even did good in preseason. You know, there was a lot of hype for him to return off the bench, especially considering how bad we needed it. It was going great for a while, but right now he is slumping. I hope he can turn this around because the Raptors have looked to him for a lot. Boucher shoots the three, misses. Siakam with the rebound, gets the offensive putback. There we go. Get on the bandwagon, guys. He's saying, how we losing from the Pistons, but let's go Raps all the way. You know, Heeshawn, I like the enthusiasm, but if I could personally request to not have you put it in 20 times in a row, that'd be great. I don't like muting anyone, but okay. Yeah. I don't have my moderator tonight, unfortunately, and Marcel Martin. Go to YouTube Studio here, but okay. So I think I dealt with that. But anyhow, it's rebounded by Pascal Siakam. They're going up the court. Spicy P kicks it out to Yuta Watanabe. He needs this. Misses the three-point shot, but it's rebounded by Scottie Barnes. And we got an offensive foul here on Yuta Watanabe. What just happened? Pistons are getting it right back. 91-72 the score. Damn. 8:13 left until the end of this game. This is getting ugly, but guys, we still have 105 live viewers, so I appreciate that more than anything. So drop that like spike if you're in here. Let's get this video up to 100 likes if we can. Appreciate it much. I think I muted the absolute spam we were getting there, but let me know if I didn't. So goes out to Scottie Barnes. He's shooting the three. Give it to me, Scottie. Misses that. His offensive game's just been out of whack recently. And yeah, that left knee definitely doesn't help. Or maybe it's the right knee. But either way, he's had that lower body injury, which has been lingering and put him out for last game. I wouldn't even say he looks like he's hurt. He just, the shots aren't going down right now. However, he did have a nice little stretch of like that 10 minutes where he was getting those nice interior buckets again, a little floater, one high off the glass. The threes, he went to the point where he was shooting like close to like 5 or 7 3-pointers a game. It only lasted for about an 8-game stretch, then he kind of started to temper it back. But Scottie Barnes has been diligent about working on different parts of his game all throughout this season. And Fred VanVleet, there we go. That's what I needed to see. Hitting the 3-pointer. Bring me my money, Fred. You guys can see that Fred VanVleet over 23.5 points bet. So I need him to go get that 24. That was point number 18 for Fred. He's got 18, 4, and 9. Almost another 10 assist night. He's been passing the rock. And did you guys see what Dwayne Casey said before the game about Fred VanVleet? So Dwayne Casey, of course, spent a year with Fred, or maybe even a couple. Yeah, because Casey wasn't fired until 2018. Fred was a rookie in 2016. So yeah, he spent a few years being the head coach for Fred VanVleet, and he said this guy is a mold of Kyle Lowry completely and deserves to be an all-star. So, you know, all those hard opinions about Dwayne Casey aside, showing our guys the love and respect they deserve still. And you know, Fred VanVleet is a guy close to his heart. I've heard him talk about Fred a fair bit. And vice versa, actually. Fred's always spoken very, very highly of Dwayne Casey. I remember after they won the championship, Fred VanVleet was one of the first guys in the pressers to say, hey, let's not forget about DeMar. Let's not forget about Jakob. Let's not forget about JV. Let's not forget about Coach Casey and what they did to make this happen. So Fred VanVleet, he just always says the right thing. We were talking about how he's bound to be an NBA coach one day. You can put the mortgage on it. Fred VanVleet will be a coach at the NBA level at some point in his lifetime. That is just undeniable. I mean, he carries himself so professionally. He's already done so much in the game. You know, he can relate to the guy who's hardly on the roster. He can relate to the guy who's expected to score 30 a night. He's been in everyone's shoes at different points. I mean, I'm happy he's on our side. I'll leave it at that. And speaking of that, let's drop that fan vote all-star propaganda right now. Get ready to all-star weekend. I got to make one for Spicy P now as well. Yeah, it's Mike Kamina saying, I'm still voting FVV and Spicy. I forgot. I got to make this Spicy P animation as well because he's in that conversation now, guys. The fan voting, everyone in Canada, everyone in the Raptors fan base, which is very international. We've been pushing for our guy to go and be represented in the Eastern Conference forwards selection as well. And it seems like or I guess you could say front court. There's a good chance it could happen. I mean, he's top 8 in voting, and he's playing like an all-star right now. So stay tuned on that one, guys. It'd be crazy to send 2 all-stars this year. So Cam NL asking, what app is he betting on, y'all? So I'm betting on Bet365. And Cam, the reason I like to use this app, and there's no paid sponsorship here. It's literally the only app I can use to do what I want to do. I can parlay player props to get compounded, multiplied odds. So, most apps only let you bet on them individually, which might actually kind of be smarter betting logic. But, me being a gambling degenerate, I had to ramp up the odds and go for the parlay. So I bet through Bet365. That was just a tongue twister. And I use the same game parlay feature, which you can use for the NBA, NFL, and I think maybe one other sport, but those for sure. Corey Joseph to Isaiah Stew. I haven't seen Isaiah Stew out there much. He's a beast. And I'm not just saying that because of him trying to run after LeBron. Like, I've always regarded Isaiah Stew as a beast. I mean, remember last game? I mean, we couldn't compete with his physicality. He's not 7 feet either. He's like a good 6'9", 6'10", and probably like 270 of muscle. You don't want to play with him, but we missed the shot. They rebound it. Corey Joseph's got the ball in his hands, again, bringing it up the floor for the Pistons. Saying there was like Corey Joseph looking like he got fouled, Scottie Barnes looking like he got fouled. What's the call here? Tom Moreau saying, okay, apparently it's going against Toronto. Scottie Barnes, I think, trying to say he got blown up with an illegal pick. I won't lie, that's just a hard pick. I think that Isaiah Stewart, like I said, he's just a brick house. You don't want to run into that, but Corey Joseph getting clipped in the face by, I think, one of Scottie's hands, which is where the call came from. But Tom Moreau saying the amazing thing is that FVV is being chased all over the court and Siakam is being doubled every time down the court. Fans should appreciate them more than ever this season. Do they? ? I'm not sure. So that's interesting. He's saying that, we've loved these players before when they had less responsibility, but now that they're demanding all those, all the attention and schemas from the opposing defense, and they're still elevating their game to this point, I mean, we should double down on our appreciation for them because we put out the role and they're rising to the task. Pascal Siakam misses that difficult look, but you guys get what I mean. They have been amazing recently, and Tom Moreau's been loyal to his guys too. I've been more critical even than Tom has when it comes to criticizing our core. So they've held it down recently for sure, and I've been appreciative, very much so. But I know that everyone else maybe, people come in and out of their frustrations with the team. Mine were very early with Pascal Siakam, and since then, I'm a happy man. I'm good. I'm all right. And if Spicy P makes the All-Star game, you told me that like a month ago, I would have been blown away. But right now, he is playing at an All-Star level, and I have doubled down on my appreciation for that. Bobby Devlin saying I'd trade Precious for a mascot. Hey, that mascot got right in Devin Booker's head. I haven't seen Precious do that yet, but I'm going to hold on to Achua. And there we go. Is that Fred VanVleet knocking down the three? I believe it is. Freddie V. Doing what he does, guys. That's the all-star out there. Knocking down threes, making it look easy. Taking Steph Curry type volume. I think he's the only guy to average, 6 3-pointers a game and be making 40%? Yeah, I think he's the only guy with those splits right now in the NBA. He's on a unique shooting season. Special, I think is a better word for that. But Fred VanVleet takes another shot. He airballs this one, unfortunately. It was pretty difficult and contested. Raptors are trying to say it was tipped out off the Pistons, but the refs have made the decision. It's staying with the Pistons, and then here we go. Timeout called by Nick Nurse. 91-78 to score. So guys, let me ask you a question here. Let's say for some reason there's like a reverse, or like the next time we get the ball, no one has scored on the Pistons, and we hit a 3. 10-point deficit with 4 minutes left. Is there a hope? Is there any hope at all? Earlier when I took that poll, I think most people said that, we could come back here and we were down 15 at half or whatever it was. Yeah, even now I see that number dwindling. It's at 52% still, but it's not looking great. But I think that you get a timely shot, lock in on defense, maybe get a couple transition buckets. All of a sudden, maybe it's like a 2-3 possession game with a couple minutes to go, and that's usually how close a game ends up being anyways. We'll see. We'll see. But guys, right now, we do have close to 120 live viewers. So if you're watching this, drop the like spike, do your thing, help the channel, man. It is always appreciated. I don't think we're even at 100 likes yet. Let's see. We're at 71. So guys, if you're watching this and have not liked, help me out, man. I always appreciate it. Monte Cristo pointed out the shooting woes of the Raptors. Let's see what our percent's at, because it was horrendous at halftime. I don't think it's improved all too much. So yeah, it's improved like 5% from 28 to 33% on the field goals. Somehow we're shooting a better rate from 3-point range than they are. We're 10 of 33 for 30%, and they're 6 of 24 for 25%. I wouldn't have guessed that, but there you go. We are shooting a better three-point percentage, but still just getting absolutely shellacked. We have more rebounds as well, more offensive boards. They have more assists, more steals, more blocks, and we have more turnovers. They have more points in the paint. So yeah, they're still beating us in a lot of statistical categories, but at the end of the day, no matter what the advanced stats, the shooting splits say, we're down 91 to 78. But like I said, you hit a three-pointer and it's 91-81. You got 10 points to make up. Maybe we go on a run. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Jeff for Sale 1 mentioning something that I was thinking but didn't really want to say out loud. But I got to bring this up because it is just true. It's on my mind right now too, is how bad are we going to lose to the Bucks? Because tonight's like, I'm going to be real with you guys. You win a game tonight against the Pistons. You go on the road versus Giannis with the Bucks who are heating up. That's one of those ones that you're prepared to lose. Like you go in ready to win, but you're prepared to walk away with a loss. You're 2-0 against them this season. So they got a chip on their shoulder, right? They want to come back and get a win versus Toronto. They got that added incentive. And with Giannis back in the lineup, who, may I add, we have not had to deal with this season, I would go into that night being like, if we lose, I'll understand and it'll be okay. But after a game like this, now does it not only seem like we have a higher chance of losing, but it's going to look even worse on the record. We're going to be right back at 500 at 20-20 if this happens. But let's see. OG Anunoby misses the mid-range shot. It's out of bounds off of the Pistons, though. And, Trey Lyles looks like he might be hurt. I apologize. Earlier, when I was trying to figure out who was on the court, I believe I asked who the tall white guy was, number 8. But that is Trey Lyles. He's black. That was my bad. But Trey Lyles having a nice night. What's his stats at right now? Trey Lyles he had 21 and something last time I looked. Yeah, he still got 21, 6 and 1 on really efficient shooting and like 2 and 2 on the defensive stats. Offensive rebound by OG, throws it out to Fred. Goes down to OG, shoots, misses that, and then the offensive rebound again, tries the behind the back pass. It gets to Siakam still and then rolls out on the shove shot. Man, the Raptors can't buy a bucket right now. Oh, come on now, my boy. Get serious. Fred VanVleet gets the turnover off of the Pistons. We get it in transition. You guys know what it is. It's a D to the O. Defense, offense. 1, 2 equals 3. It's success for the Raptors. You got to push it and fast break. That's what they're doing. They're taking the defense to the offense. And here we go. It's 91-80. We're down by 11 points with 4 minutes on the dot left to play. Guys, let's see what goes on. I got to get the ice off the screen. That's bad. That's bad juju. Putting on the premature flames. Corey Joe shoots the 3. Thank God he misses. That probably would have been the dagger. And then Scottie Barnes is there to rebound it. He's taking it quick in transition. And then, tough look and gets the offensive rebound back. Fred from deep. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, we got a game. Fred VanVleet, the premature flames. Fred, there we go. Wow. Monster bucket for Fred VanVleet. That is so important at this point in the game. All right, they got to lock in defensively. What's Fred VanVleet's point total at? I got to keep an eye on that. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Wow, what a bucket by Killian Hayes. 10-point deficit with just over 3 minutes. Fred VanVleet currently has, what is he at? 24 points. There we go, Freddie V. That deep three ends up hitting for us. I got to put it on right now, guys. I'm sorry. I know there's a whole game going on right now. I think Nick Nurse calls the timeout, but I'm tapping all the wrong animations. That's a hit. That is a hit. Let me show you guys the bet really quick. Oh, I think it is, assuming Pascal has... Okay, yeah, he's got 21 and 12. Guys, check it out. The bet, 4 times your money. 4 times your initial investment. This is a plus 500 bet. So a massive hit for us. Pascal Siakam double-double. Fred VanVleet over 23.5 points. And in this whole thing, I totally forgot to mention that as much as I liked this parlay, these were the picks for Marcel tonight. So Marcel not actually physically with us to watch this game, but his picks winning me money, man. Shouts out to Marcel Mamba. Or Marcel Martin, the bald Mamba. Man, killer instinct on the bets. Plus 500 and cashing out. Love that. And then he also said he wanted me to bet OG 3-pointers, which I didn't bet. But that would have hit as well. Oh my God, man. I got to look. Marcel's my new financial advisor. Yeah, Mike Chaffee pointed out that Josh is like 2 minutes or a minute or two behind. I got to figure that out. I apologize for that because, I've had even buddies watch it and they're like, bro, it's a fun stream, but man, you're so far behind. I got to figure that out because we've done a whole bunch of things to upgrade this live, but getting the timing of the broadcast down is not one of them. And unfortunately, all I do is turn on my Rogers cable box and watch the Raptors. So the fact that I'm so far back, I think... not every broadcast is dead on time. And also, there's already a delay from the streaming software I use. It compounds for a little bit of a break. But, Spicy P, getting the bucket right out of the timeout. Man, the Raptors are great out of the timeout. Nick Nurse, man. I don't know who was saying get rid of him, but I don't want to hear any of that. Oh, and then Cade Cunningham. Oh, no. The 3-pointer makes it an 11-point deficit for the Raps again. Siakam's got it. He's covered by Cade. Go right at him. Gives it to Scottie. Back to Siakam, who's got a fresh dribble, and hands it to Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet's covered by Cunningham, and then it gives it to Scottie. Gives it to Siakam. The ball's moving all over. Then Spicy P. Oh, it was so close. Hangs up on the rim and doesn't fall. 2:10 left until the end of the game here. Man. Jonathan, if you're looking for a stream, go to Stream East. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but Stream East, as in the direction. They've got all the streams you'll ever need. At least it's been working for me recently. Maybe I got to start using them because I'm behind using cable. Cable is an obsolete invention these days. I mean, like, I could just go to Stream East. I could, watch Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Crave TV. Like, it's just... Yeah, my Raptors aren't even on time. Come on now. Got no incentives for cable. But guys, if you're watching this, we got 120 people still chilling in here. Drop a like spike because we're so close to 100 likes on this video. We're almost at 80, 79 to be precise. Help me out, man. I always appreciate it. And make your presence felt if you're tuning in. York Baller saying not spicy enough. No, that one just hangs up and doesn't fall for Pascal. He's had a good game. Not a great game, but a good game for sure. He's got 21, 12, and 4. 7 of 15 from the floor, so just under 50%. He's hit one of his 2 3-pointers attempted. He's got a block as well. Oh, you know what? He's got 5 personal fouls, which is pretty common, but only 1 turnover for Spicy P tonight. So I'm always the guy to give that like catch-22 where I'm like, oh, he might have had a monster double-double, but 4 turnovers, 5 personal fouls. Tonight, he only has 1. That's pretty good, and especially considering we've been pretty stifled offensively. He's still taking care of the ball, which is a really good sign. Graham saying we always lose to the Pistons. Man, it's the theme. We always do. It wouldn't be a Raptors Pistons game. It wouldn't be a Dwayne Casey versus his old team without a win. Down by 11, just under 2 minutes left in this game. Things look incredibly dim. I'd be blown away for them to come back. That's an understatement. I'd be bewildered. Does anyone else have a good word to use right now? I don't think it can happen. I really hope it does, though. Mike Chaffee saying Raptors start playing with 5 minutes left. It's a shame, right? And who was it at halftime? Was it? I think it was Fan Fiction who said it's a shame that we need to be down to get this sense of urgency. Like the first halves, even through our winning streak, the first halves sucked. Won 6 straight games, but still couldn't win a first half. And, it's a shame that it's like we need to get into that ditch and have Nick Nurse look that angry for us to wake up. We got to have a more consistent effort from tip off to the final whistle. That's just a corny thing to say, but it really is completely on display here. Because look at this, we've brought ourselves momentum wise very close into this game. But we were down 18 coming into the fourth, so it's just, that's difficult to deal with. You bury yourself. I don't need to preach to you guys. You guys are the choir. You already know how frustrating this is. Mustafa saying we need Trent back. I agree. Having Gary Trent Jr. on a night when you're a little offensively snake bitten, he's pure offense. I understand he has his off nights too, like any shooter, but there's no denying he's a high-level NBA shooter, and he's good at defense too. We would take him tonight on a night where we still haven't even gotten 90 points. Oh. OG turns over the ball. OG Anunoby has okay, I get his handles better, but bro has a terrible habit of jumping into midair without any plan. Like he drives and then, he leaves his feet not having any idea what he really actually wants to do. I don't want to get too down on him, but it's been very apparent this game. So Vintage saying, Josh, it's not like the Raps are not out there trying. We just had a bad game. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. I shouldn't, it's obviously I'm going to pick out things that are, in my opinion, leading to this loss right now. But you're right. Teams should have the right to an off night and a loss. And even though we lost to the Suns, we showed up in a big way. So I'm not even going to look into that as like a losing effort, even though, technically results in a loss. This is just frustrating because, we have playoff aspirations. I understand that athletes have these off nights, but it's just it's a damn theme versus Detroit, which gets under my skin a little bit. But you're right. I'm going to still wake up tomorrow Raptors fan. And they are allowed to have their off nights. And back to what Mustafa was saying, having a Trent Jr. back will help. Monte Cristo. Okay, bro. I got to put on the flames for this. He's saying Trent is like a plug in your bathtub. ... Drought stopper. Hey, man, we need some of that instant offense here. Wet like water. I miss... Svi was so... I don't know how to put it. So good. Like, he really was going to be a massive asset for us, but this season has been like slow decline. Started out so hot, looked like one of the top 8 guys on our roster, and now it's just really, it's debatable when you can trust him because he's been very hot cold. But I'm very optimistic still that he can figure it out because Svi Mikhailov's got a rare, really gifted skill set. But man, I defend him a little bit past where I can these days. Oh, there we go. We got Nico popping in, hanging it over our heads, saying Detroit basketball with the Flames. All right, man. Enjoy this one. Enjoy this one. Mike Chaffee saying, I am not looking forward to tomorrow. Hey, this was like an unpleasant surprise. Maybe we'll get a pleasant one tomorrow. Last time we saw a top of the league team was the Suns last game, and we played great. I agree. I don't like what this is going to do for our confidence rolling in versus the Bucks, but these Raptors have surprised me in many bad and good ways this season. So we'll see what's in store. But I agree with what you said earlier. It doesn't set a good precedent for tomorrow's game, which, by the way, will be on at 6:30 p.m. Please definitely come back to the live stream. I'll be watching that one, and I'll be on time for it this go around. Flynn's got the ball, throws. Oh, Yuta, that was the move, man. Oh. Smart play by Malachi Flynn. I can't really fault Yuta Watanabe too much, but... Oh, did he get fouled? Not having volume for the broadcast sometimes hurts my interpretation of what just happened on the floor, but I think Yuta Watanabe is going to be shooting 2 at the free throw line. But anyways, Malachi Flynn tried to set him up with a beautiful cut pass. I guess he got fouled off ball, but either way, shooting 2 is Yuta. He hits his first one. Gets ready to shoot the second, and as you guys can tell, this game, it's been done for a little bit now, and we've got all of our bench guys out there. Delano Banton, the Crimson Flynn, Yuta Watanabe, Chris Boucher, and who else out there? Yeah, and Svi Mikhailuk. Who else but Svigi Water? York Baller, shouts out to you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm seeing some of the theme of the chat right now. Oh, Diallo with a big putback dunk. 50 seconds left. But yeah, the last two times we faced the Bucks, they did not have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who, as I reminded, that was such a bad travel. It does not get called though. Svi Mikhailuk getting away with murder on the court. That was a travel and a half, and then takes the three, misses the three. Yuta Watanabe tries to rebound it, but ends up running out of bounds. That's Pistons ball. But wow, that was the whole Pistons bench, man. They're like, no way. But the refs keep the whistles out of this. No need for calls right now. Whatever, let the man travel. 32 seconds left. We're down by 13. Before anyone heads out right now, we're almost at 100 likes on this video. Do me a big favor, guys. Drop that like spike. Help me out. It's always appreciated. Cunningham with the ball right now. He's guarded by Yuta Watanabe. I guess Cade will get one last shot off here. He's been impressive tonight, to say the least. 2 times in a row, he's really taking it to the Raptors, but gets blocked by Watanabe there. All right. I'll put on the Flames one last time for a good defensive play like that. But guys, check out below. The Raptors, of course, have lost this game, unfortunately, but we hit our bet. Look at Twitter beforehand for the bets. I always do them for Bet365. I try to release them earlier than later. But sometimes, especially when there's injuries involved, I don't always get the gambling lines in time. And then, wow, Sadiq Bey with a last-second three-pointer there. He's a bucket, bro. He's a really good player. But we got a winner tonight in Pascal Siakam getting the double-double. That happened. Cashes it. And then Fred VanVleet got at least 24 points. So he had 24 on the dot, man. That was close. Both him and Spicy P were projected at 23.5. Spicy P ends up with 23, so the under would hit there. But thank God Marcel Martin was here to advise me to take the over on Fred VanVleet, who, if I have already failed to mention this, let me remind you one last time, he is an all-star. Help this man get represented at All-Star Weekend. Send your votes in. You got to get this done for our guy, Freddie V. So there we go. I got Dwayne Casey on my screen, hugging Fred VanVleet. Very happy to see each other. A lot of respect there. I was already talking about that earlier in the video. But guys, this one is wrapped up. Not a whole lot to say other than, wake up for the first half. And like someone said in the chat, these players, they are okay to have an off night. We should have beat the Pistons. That's a fact. But they played good, and our guys didn't. That's just a reality of it all. What really worries me is we're going into Milwaukee tomorrow to play, or are we at home? Either way, you got the Bucks and Giannis, who's currently the MVP favorite, and just, the reigning champion, the reigning Finals MVP, a depoy, just the best thing on the basketball court. So we'll need to get prepared for that. And of course, I think when he sees the Raptors these days, he lights up red. He does not forget what we did to him in the conference finals. He did not forget Drake laughing at him, shooting free throws. Giannis has come a long way in a short period of time. But hey, we'll have our handful tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. And as I said earlier, I've been surprised in negative ways by this Raptors team before, and positive ways. Maybe tomorrow will be a positive surprise. I think everyone could use that. Current record of the team, 20-19. The year we won the championship, 2019. The numbers don't lie, guys. It's championship or bust this year, so don't go anywhere. And if you guys are watching this still, we're at 87 likes. Give me one last push here to 100. Thank you guys so much for all you do. It's always appreciated, man. There is no production without the fans, and you guys are as loyal as they come. So, guys, until the Bucks game tomorrow, I'm signing off.